Hope everyone is feeling good today, guys. Welcome back for another episode of the Moreno Show. Now, I wasn't planning on making a video today. I've actually been under a car all day, and I spent the last like 20 minutes trying to clean myself up, and I totally missed a giant spot right here, which is ridiculous. But I decided, you know what? Let me actually just turn on the camera and talk about some of the things that I've seen today, and I think some of it's pretty good, so I'm excited about it. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Also, guys, I don't want to do my hair today because, like I said, I under a car, but just doing this hat right now. Before anyone says anything, guys, I'm not bought out by Vanguard. All right, pardon me. I went to Vanguard University. I like my alma mater. All right, pardon me. Okay, so I just wanted to clear that out before before I actually started the material. But yeah, pardon me. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right in. Also, make sure to like, subscribe. It means to watch me. So 100%, the coolest thing about it today is that we are literally celebrating 250 years of our army. Is that not amazing? I saw this post by HHS and it has made me so happy. I'll just go ahead and read it real quick. On June 14th, 1775, even before we declared our independence, the Continental Congress formed the army to confront tyranny. That stand for liberty shaped the soul of our nation. Today, we celebrate the U.S. Army and every soldier who put service before self over the past 250 years. So I'd love to take this moment. If anybody has served in the military, if anybody has served specifically in the army, you have my utmost respect. Thank you so much for your service. I am so grateful for the people who laid down their life for our country, and it is just phenomenal. And the fact that our army is actually older than the country it's in is just it just blew my mind. I did not know that, and that makes me really, really happy. I also saw this today because it's not only is it 250 years of our army, it's actually President Trump's birthday, which is great because while he's celebrating the military, so many people actually went to DC to also celebrate him in a part. And you actually hear so many people screaming happy birthday almost at the top of their lungs in the crowd. It's very short, very brief, but I did think it made me smile. Check it out. That's so sweet. I feel like you could totally tell how wholesome this moment is. Like, look at Melania. Melania has like the cheesiest smile on her face because she's like, oh, like they love my husband, and I just think that's so sweet. It made me happy. Also, guys, there's like there's so much. There's parades going on. There's fireworks. There's music. It's the best thing in the world. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, if Kamala Harris had won, I just don't know if we would have seen a celebration like this. Check this out. I'm just gonna play like a little bit of it, but it's so good. Like, come on. Are you kidding me? If Kamala Harris had won, we would have seen like an Instagram post. There would have been just a picture from the office of the president, Kamala Harris, and it would have said something like this: "Happy 250 years." That's it. There wouldn't have been a massive parade. There wouldn't have been fireworks. It wouldn't have been a whole thing where so many people would get to gather alongside, our beautiful nation's national mall, and where we could all just celebrate together. It wouldn't have been any of that. No, we would have gone an Instagram post. All right, but thank goodness President Trump won. Humanity is on the right track. All right, I believe, and I saw this as well by Secretary Kennedy. He said, "Happy birthday, President Trump," and I thought that was just very, very, very generous. I loved it. But I'm excited. There's a lot of Democrats who aren't happy about this. They think that so much of this event is propaganda. They're just not very much in tune with the energy and the excitement of celebrating our military. And I just think that is profoundly wrong. But I saw this by Senator John Fetterman, and it made me so happy. Also, guys, yesterday's video, whenever I was talking about Bernie Sanders and pretty much that historic move where he's kind of becoming in line partially with Maha in order to ban pharmaceutical ads from television, which is great. So many people in the comments, not even a lot. I don't want to say that's a lot, but there was a few where they're like, "Oh, we can't trust Bernie Sanders. Like, how dare you, Adam? Tell the truth." Like, I have been so critical of Bernie Sanders in this whole space, from Secretary Kennedy's confirmation to him kind of backtracking some of his words, to even some interviews where he's almost appalled by what the interviewer is asking him, and he literally tries to walk out. Like, I've been so critical. We have, like, as a community, I've been so critical of Bernie Sanders, but at the same time, we could be critical of someone while also being celebratory of them whenever they do something good. Humans are not binary. It's not like we do something wrong and then we're all bad. We should be able to make good decisions, and we should be celebrated for those good decisions, really. And same thing with John Fetterman. John Fetterman voted no on essentially Maha because he voted against his Secretary Kennedy. But he still says some things that I agree with. Like today, check this out. He said, "This parade is compromised of our sons, daughters, mothers, and fathers, the very best of us. Regardless of your politics, it's appropriate to celebrate the 250 years of sacrifice, dedication, and service." So I've seen a couple people say that Senator John Fetterman is the only Democrat senator who's actually celebrating the 250 years of our service in our army. And if that's true, I'm like, it just blew my mind. So I'm very, very grateful for John Fetterman for this, because again, this isn't left or right. This is just something that is good. We should be grateful for the people who lay down their life. We should be eternally grateful that their sacrifice has built such an incredible, beautiful country that so many people get to benefit from. All right. Like, I have veterans in my family, and I'm so immensely grateful for their just amazing sacrifice, because they laid down their lives for so many people that they didn't even know, so that they could live in peace. And I just think that's beautiful. So we got to extend our gratitude to them, seriously. And I also saw this from Rapid Response. Check it out. President Trump swears in a group of new and re-enlisting army troops. I thought this was phenomenal. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll play a little bit.
First Sergeant Norton, reporting for duty, sir. Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Come on. Is that not awesome? I'm like so patriotic right now. I'm about to paint myself red, white, and blue. All right. This is so good. One of the top comments by Brick Suit says, "Now that is awesome." It really is. Like, we could say this. That's so cool. Later, President Trump said this.
Time and again, America's enemies have learned that if you threaten the American people, our soldiers are coming for you. Your defeat will be certain, your demise will be final, and your downfall will be total and complete. Because our soldiers never give up, never surrender, and never, ever quit. They fight, 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 and they win, win, win.
Come on. They fight, 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 and they win, win, win. I'm feeling this. Pump this into my veins, please. This is so good. And I love that President Trump said those iconic words from July 13th. It's almost going to be a year since that bloody day. But President Trump pumping his fist in the air after getting a bullet to the head. That is insane. Fight, fight, fight. And in the meantime, while all that was going on, there's also, I believe there's like thousands of protests across the country. So they're calling it the No Kings protest. We see Harry Sisson say this. He has a big smile on his face with a bunch of people on the background. Also, guys, I'm so sorry. I don't have the time to try to make this so polished. I have so many inadequacies in the way that I communicate. I mispronounce things. I have trouble reading. Some people think I'm dyslexic. And I just want to say, I hear the comments. I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to become the best communicator that I possibly can. It is hard. I do struggle a lot verbally. I don't know why, but I'm working on it. I really am. So thank you so much for the people who give me patience as I try to do this and I try to build an amazing community online. But yeah, there's a lot of protests going on, right? You see this in New York. There's a bunch going out in LA. We also see someone being feet on the ground from Rebel News, and this is one person's thoughts about today as they participate in No King's Day. Check it out.
The problem that we're having now is, even if Donald Trump is not in office, is that the 38% of Republicans that would still support him is a cult. This is a brainwashed cult that we are dealing with. And
So I believe 15 seconds is enough of that clip, but it is bonkers. Like I that's just not true at all. And I do believe there are bad apples on both sides. I don't think that clips like these represent most of the 80% who are probably more so independent or more politically neutral, and they just want to live a happy life. They just want to go to work, be happy, provide for their family. I think that's probably most people, and if they could stay away from politics, they'd probably be even happier. But the fact that this woman is just so committed to this narrative that half of the country who voted for President Trump are just downright lunatics, that is bonkers, insane. I did see this though from Jason Meister. I really couldn't have said that better myself in regards to these protests. He said, imagine throwing a No Kings protest after your party refused to hold a primary, coronated Kamala without a single vote, sued to keep RFK Jr. off your ballots, and attempted to remove Trump from state ballots only after your illegal lawfare scheme failed. If there was a modern day monarch in America, there would be one party you could point to: the Democrats. You know what? I'm so happy someone like Jason is saying the quiet part out loud. All right. Even though there's so many people who disagree with him, right? I saw this from Victor Shi. They write, the most Los Angeles sign ever. And he shares a photo of a woman apparently in LA holding a cardboard sign that reads, if Kamala were president, we would be at brunch. I do spend a lot of time thinking about alternate realities, going back to November, what would have happened if Kamala Harris had won? So I'd love to ask you guys, all right, how do you think we would be celebrating 250 years of our beautiful country's army had Kamala Harris won in November? What do you think life would look like today in this country? I'd love to ask you guys. All right. Anyways, that's the video. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. And I will see you all next time. And please consider liking and subscribing. It really, really does mean the world to me. I'm sorry this video was a little bit rough, but I do hope you enjoyed it. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.